Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down some of the most foundational texts out there. Today, we're diving straight into a story of a global cataclysm, pulled right from the source. It's a story that kicks off not with a sudden bang, but with a 7-day countdown to the end of the world. Okay, let's just jump right in. The story doesn't start with some big mystery. Nope. It starts with a clear, stark, and honestly, a terrifyingly specific warning. This is not some vague prophecy. It's a declaration with a very precise timetable. 7 days to get ready, 40 days of non-stop rain, and one single goal: wipe the entire slate clean. So before that countdown even starts ticking, the stage is set. We're introduced to our main character, Noah, who's been picked for this monumental, world-saving, or world-ending, depending on your perspective, task. This first part is all about that final warning. And just to ground us in this ancient timeline, the text gives us really specific detail. Noah was 600 years old when the flood started. Yeah, you heard that right, 600. This number kind of acts like a timestamp, an anchor point for this whole incredible event. And here we have it, the core directive. This is the plan for salvation. But, and this is a big but, it's not for everyone. It's for one family. And the reason is spelled out right there. Noah was found to be righteous. That moral standing, that's basically the golden ticket onto the ark. All right, so the warning has been given. Now the focus shifts to, well, the mind-boggling logistics of this whole operation. Because it's not just about saving one family, right? It's about preserving pretty much the entire animal kingdom. The Great Gathering is about to begin. Now, this is where it gets more complex than the simple 2x2 story a lot of us remember. The source text makes a really clear distinction: 7 pairs of all the clean animals and birds, but only 1 pair of the unclean ones. And you might be asking, why the difference? Well, this little detail might hint at an intricate plan for the new world. Maybe those extra clean animals were for sacrifices after the flood, which was a pretty common practice. So here it is, the complete manifest. It's a methodical list of who and what got a spot on board. You've got 8 people in total, and then this massive collection of creatures, all gathered exactly according to that divine command. So what was Noah's reaction to all of this? I mean, being told to build a giant boat and fill it with animals because a flood is coming? The text puts it really simply. He just did it. No debate, no hesitation. His total obedience is what sets the final stage. The prep work is done. All that's left now is to wait. Okay, this moment right here is absolutely pivotal. It's the point of no return. Everyone and everything is on board, and then the doors closed. But get this, it wasn't Noah who shut it. The text says the Lord shut him in. The ark is sealed from the outside. That single action means everything. It's about protection for sure, but it's also about finality. There's no turning back. Imagine being inside that sealed ark for 7 days, just waiting. And then the countdown hits 0. The cataclysm begins. And the way it's described is with this incredible cosmic force, almost like the world itself is being unmade. The floodgates are officially open. And listen, this wasn't just some heavy rain. The source describes it as a full-on 2-front assault. You have water erupting from the ground, the springs of the great deep bursting open, at the same time that the floodgates of the heavens open up. It's a vision of total decreation, coming from above and below all at once. We also get a really specific timeline for all this. The rain itself pours down for 40 days and 40 nights. But even after it stops, the water just stays. It prevails, as the text says, covering the whole earth for a full 150 days. That detail just hammers home the sheer, overwhelming scale of this flood. The power of all that water is just immense. The ark goes from being this grounded vessel to the planet's one and only refuge, just floating on the surface of a brand new global ocean. At this point, there is no land left to see. Anywhere. So, with the entire world completely underwater, the final part of this chapter gets into the staggering scale of the destruction. We get a really stark, unflinching look at the aftermath for all the life that was left outside that ark. The text is incredibly specific about just how high the water got. It wasn't just flooding valleys. It says the waters covered the highest mountains. Let that sink in. This detail is so crucial because it means there was no high ground, no escape. No possible place of refuge. The water was literally everywhere. And then the narrative gives us this inventory. It's not poetic. It's a cold, methodical list of everything that was wiped out. It goes through every category: birds, livestock, wild animals, everything that swarms on the earth. And of course, all mankind. And just in case there was any doubt, the source gives us this final, all-encompassing summary. It leaves absolutely zero room for interpretation. If it lived on dry land, if it breathed air through its nostrils, it was gone. Period. And all of that massive destruction is contrasted with this one simple, almost devastatingly quiet statement: an entire world of life just erased, reduced to the contents of a single wooden boat. And so this is where the chapter leaves us, floating on a silent, empty, and clean world. The waters have been covering everything for 150 days. The entire planet has been reset, back to a single family and the animals they brought with them. It really just prompts the ultimate question. How do you even begin to start over from that? What comes next? This story is just so foundational for so much of what comes after it. If you found this breakdown valuable, do us a huge favor and please like, share, and definitely subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shaped our world.